Hello folks, how you doing? Happy 8/8 portal. This video can be watched in the run up to, during or after, because remember the 8/8 portal, which is 8th of August, Lionsgate, is a couple of months. It's from July into the end of August, so it's a big portal and can be watched at any time. This can even be watched in other portals because we can be drawn to different videos at different times and there'll be messages in them all. Some interesting energies coming up. It's important with this portal to embrace as much joy as you can. When we've been like we have been in previous generations and in previous years of our life, we've taken on a lot of difficulty, a lot of heavier energies, a lot of stuff. We can actually find things like laughter, joy, etc. noisy. And we can find it irritating. I wish they'd stop the children laughing, etc. And I'll tell you what started this. I'm not sure what's going on, but like a couple of doors down, they seem to be having a lot of garden furniture put in, and I think they're spending a lot more time in the garden. And I was just about to start this afternoon sessions and video content, and I was like, God's sake, please shh. Otherwise I'll be able to pick it up on camera. And all it was just laughter, children's laughter. What a Scrooge, I know. And I actually felt Spirit come in and say, don't be like that, Claire, because actually in a world where every day you're fed on a platter, silver platter, with rubies and diamonds and gold, doom and gloom and pain and torment and fear coming up at every verse end, these huge moments of laughter is actually helping to alchemize it. And it's almost as though as one frequency in the world serves something up, there's another frequency coming in. So don't go into fear with what you're hearing in relation to heavier stuff, and embrace joy, but also embracing our own personal joy. There's also something coming up at this time with grandparents, and grandparents finding an opportunity to heal something that maybe happened with their own children. So maybe you were overworking, maybe you were going through a divorce, maybe you were going through all kinds of things bringing up your children. And if you think about it, 70s, 80s, 90s, they were difficult times. They really were. You know, we'd got to our heaviest decades there, 70s, 80s, 90s, into the noughties as well. But when I look into it intuitively, those are the heaviest in recent history. And I've said this before in videos, when you look at pictures from the 70s, 80s, 90s, there's a lack of colour. And I'm not talking about black and white pictures, just look at them. They don't look alive. You look at pictures now and people are looking brighter. There's opportunities coming up to build relationships with grandchildren that you couldn't build with children. So that's something coming up, and that's tied into the generational healing that's going on. That's interesting, that grandparents being used as an added extra, not as a carrier. That's interesting. How do I explain it? As an added extra, not as a carrier. So where you've got a parent that, I remember years, I used to be a dental nurse, a children's dental nurse, and sometimes you'd get parents that had come in with grandparents, and you'd find a lot of the time the parent wouldn't know anything about the child. Strange, I know. And it'd be the grandmother mainly doing all the stuff. Sit in the chair, pop it, can't take your coat, sit still, open wide, all of that. And also telling all the information. It'd be bizarre to watch, and the mother would just sit there. And that's what I'm on about. It's not that kind of frequency. It's the added extra that actually grandparents can enjoy being grandparents rather than having to carry a family. So there's that coming up with generational healing. Anything else I wanted to say before getting into cards? It's important with every portal that we're going through now to go through it. And this is not toxic positivity or happy clappy, but to go through it in a way that we respect it more than we ever have before, and we go through it as true warriors, and we go through it with as much light within us as we can. And that is really simple. Being mindful of what we think of ourselves and others, being mindful of what we're saying of others and ourselves, especially those of you on an energetic path, because when we go into the underbelly, it can make things darker. We can start to pick things up that actually do not serve us. So, and it's the same with the portals. So if you find yourself having a good old gossip, stop yourself. If you find yourself doubting yourself, down in yourself, try and encourage yourself not to do that. To go through these portals as pure and as light as you can, and as positive as you can. And it is not toxic positivity. It's vital for your own spiritual journey. And also as well, realising that you're not apart from the universe. You are a part of it. Not a part, you are a segment of it. And that the universe within you is the universe external. There is no separation. So 3 cards in front of me. Tarot of Traditions, Magical Dimensions, and Lemurian Starchild Oracle. So let's pull some cards for the 8-8 portal. More psychic gifts. I always get cringe when we call it psychic gifts. But more psychic abilities coming on board for people. Seeing things out of the corner of your eye. Connection to spirit getting stronger. I think I've said this week in various videos, either Instagram or on here. Well, I'm putting Instagram videos on here now as well. I'm sure I've said it in a video. The guides are wanting more from us. They're wanting us to be better. It's almost like they've given us a bit of leeway, and it's like they've sat down with us and said, right, okay, we get where you're at, but we're wanting better from you now. It's time to level up. There's also elements of, I want a foot in both worlds. I want my awakening, I want my ascension, I want my healing, but I don't want to let go of that. So we seesaw. And we can seesaw wildly at times, and then we can stay there for a bit, and then we can go smack bang in the middle of that. We're going to be asked more and more to step more and more into this side, and to be willing to let go of the old versions of ourselves that really no longer serve, that have been used as crutch to kind of stabilise us, but it's not been stabilising us, if that makes sense. So 8-8 portal, 8-8 portal. 4 of Cups. Are you going to embrace joy? Offerings coming in, but not wanting to or not feeling good enough. This is death. Transformation, death of the old, beginning of the new. The days of feeling separate, the days of not looking after ourselves, the days of not taking energy and messages are numbered. There's big, no, well, let's not talk about the world stage. Nearly went then, didn't I? Nearly had a moment, came back. 4 of Pentacles, don't do it. Forget the world stage, no comments about world stage. Concentrate on the people watching. It'll be interesting what happens in all our lives. It's interesting, observing your own life, the changes, the shifts, the moments, the light, the dark, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But some of you are feeling that you're not ready for something, that you're not good enough for something, and that's got to stop. Stop dumbing ourselves down, because shit's getting real now in a big way. Cutting cords to all of that no longer serves. Having to make big decisions. Guidance from spirit. Can you see the spirit in the cloud there? A lot of cords are being cut. A lot of things not taken from us. Come back to that. Queen of Pentacles reminds me of the old wise woman. The wise woman that didn't need to be heard. She didn't need to be seen because she was a wise woman. And this is actually changing from some of the toxic, heavier emotions and behaviours out there into something much more grounded. Many people are starting to feel more grounded and more focused. Something's cleared. I'm not sure what it is. Some people are sure what it is, but I now know my self-worth. Also as well, maybe something happened that you needed to make a change of, and now you know your self-worth, and now abundance can come in. So there's a real abundance frequency coming in with this 8-8 portal, which brings in celebrations. It is time to put those burdens down, and the burdens will look different for everyone going through this. There's an overwhelm. Again, this overwhelm comes in. I'm not good enough. What if, maybe you need to leave a job that's really toxic and you're like, what am I going to do for you? Well, I mean, as it says in my disclaimer, you are responsible for your decision. These videos are a guidance tool only, etc, etc, etc. But at some point, you've got to take a leap of faith. Because some things actually don't get better and they get worse because change is needed. Dolores and all the stuff with pain body and all of that, pain in the body is trying to get your attention. It gets louder and louder and louder. And it's the same with our relationships, our friendships, our work life, our business life. Things get louder until we make changes, and then things stop, things change. There feels as though there's a lot of financial worry going on in the world, and I appreciate that and I get that. Let's see what the next card says. Knight of Wands, but we've got to push through from something, going forward with something. I went on a walk this week, and somebody had, we've got a lot of elderly around here, so they do a lot of gardening, a lot of planting of vegetables. And at the bottom of their drive, they'd put, they also do seeds and all of that kind of thing. And anyway, and I'm saying he, I don't know, but I feel it's a he. I'd grown some things and put some plant pots out with some flowers in and plants and put some veggies in they'd grown with an honesty box. And I walked past it and I was like, that's New Earth right there. New Earth, that's New Earth. And it's people coming back to their gifts of making abundance and not just keeping all the vegetables for themselves, not just planting flowers for themselves. We're going to be required to think more and more outside the box in relation to the flow of abundance. And interesting at the time, and I was going to do a video about this, but I didn't, was a few doors down from that is a dealer. And I know it's a dealer because you can smell it when you walk past. And I was like, you see, that's what's happening at the minute. There's pockets of it all in one street. There's pockets of it all in one world. You can, in one town, in one village, in one anything, there's pockets of New Earth and there's pockets of the old. And it's being able to see what is what that will help you to go through, to see, that's old Earth, that's New Earth, all existing together until New Earth gets stronger and stronger. And that's what's also happening. So, for example, you may hear children laughing in the garden, having a water fight, a family giggling. You then come into breaking news that's quite serious or very serious. It's like, in the same reality? Yes. And a lot of the reason why you're seeing a lot of darkness in the world is because the frequencies that are behind darkness are getting scared. They're getting scared, so it's trying to get louder and louder because the heavier frequencies have run the show for quite some time and they are hiding from their own healing. If you think about a demon, they say a demon is a fallen angel. So, demons becoming angels again. Oh, no, they will not. Oh, yes, they will. I said this ages ago. I saw it. I can't remember if it was a dream or a picture I saw where this was in the future, and I'm not sure whether it was an analogy or this is going to be real, where it was all beings in harmony on one planet. And if you think about humans are also beings in bodysuits. I got told off for saying meat suits a few weeks back. Might have been the Raw channel I got told off on actually. Anyway, bodysuits. So it's a transformational time for everyone, and it's finding ways forward through it. One more card from the tarot, the Ace of Cups, is emotional well-being. It's emotional well-being, it's fulfillment. It's looking back over these cards now with a new lens on, with the Ace of Cups, and going, what am I neglecting? What am I neglecting? What am I not accepting? What am I not changing? What am I turning my back from? What am I not changing? Why don't I respect myself more? Why can't I celebrate more and become part of community? Why am I carrying these burdens and anxiety? Why am I not making these changes in order to bring about my personal happiness? If your personal happiness is saying no to someone, why are you not saying it? If your personal happiness is not approaching someone, then why are you not approaching them? If your personal happiness, whatever your personal happiness, whatever brings you personal happiness, as these frequencies change, we're going to be required to do that kind of stuff, and it's going to feel alien to us. And to some people watching, it's going to be extra alien to them, and it's going to freak them out. But actually, that's also part of what's going on, because as one person makes a change in the world, it ripples out. If you think about every time you make a change, it plants a seed in the people around you. And for some people, you may never see that seed come up, but eventually one day that seed will start to grow. It could be in this incarnation or another incarnation, or it could be when you no longer see them. It just takes one person in a group of people to start making those changes. So those are interesting times, that the world is in an interesting time. It's an interesting place. Lionsgate. Also, as well, during these times, really listening to your intuition. So if you're meant to go somewhere, if you're meant to go shopping in a city or shopping somewhere or whatever, a day out, and it doesn't feel right, or you're getting delayed, or something comes in to cancel it and you feel really upset over it, don't. There's a reason. And listen to your intuition in relation to people, places, crowded. And this is not fear mongering. It's just, there's a lot of rockiness going on, to put it mildly, in crowded places. There's a lot of people that have been taken to extreme levels, mentally, spiritually and emotionally, with pressure, financial pressure, all kinds of pressure, all kinds of things. And a lot of people are on the edge. So there's a time to go out into the world, and there's a time to step back from the world, if that makes sense. This is not about fear. It's not that. It's just, we knew that this would happen eventually, that things would become rocky, that people would become jittery and on edge, and if anybody says out to me, I'm going to smack them. There's that energy all over the place. You can feel it, because people are on the edge. If you think about the next wave of awakeners that need to come on, think about the start of your journey, how everything comes up, change. There's always a loss, there's always a trauma, there's always someone that comes in and goes wallop. So many people are on the edge, and many people's awakenings are going to come through in a very brutal way. So just being alchemists as we go out, not trying to heal anything. Don't do that. It's not yours to heal. It's about just being, I'm not going shopping today. I didn't like the feel in that centre. And it's not saying that something criminal is going to happen. It could just be that people in there, their energies are just heavy, so it could make you feel heavy. It's just listening. It's not fate. It's not that something crazy is going to happen. It's just listen to your intuition. Concerts as well. Think about the entertainer you're going to watch. Any ceremonies that you're going to watch, think about the ceremonies that you're going to watch. Just trust your intuition. If you go somewhere and you think, I don't like this, get out, go away, come out, go home, get in your car and go. Trust your intuition. And listen, it's not you, it's them. It really is. So yeah, again, same with the television. If you're watching something, you're like, ooh, this is strange, I'm feeling a bit weird. Turn it off. Smudge. I'm really passionate about that at the minute. And this isn't, just because that happens, it doesn't mean to say you've done something wrong with your spiritual practice. It's really easy for it to happen. Same with the radio. If a song comes on, it's a bit like, whoa, and if you can feel it in your ears, turn it off. I mean, I don't listen to the radio now. Telly, I mean, I told you, my husband, who loved the telly, shocked me a few weeks back and said he's getting rid of Sky. You see, the ripples, now he's talking about getting rid of the, what's it called, TV licence. See, it's rippling out, it's rippling out. Very rarely watch telly now. I actually, even like some of the, what I called the good stuff or the lame stuff that I watched, I don't know what it is, it just, yeah. Anyway, interesting times. I hope it's just flipped out. Whoa. Let me share them. Oh. I won't read them out to you. I'll just hold it up so you can see the image, see the colours. Shifting frequencies, intensity, choices, align. So intensity isn't just the good intensity energies that we love. It can also be the heavy, intense energies that are coming up. If you want to see the light, you've got to put it in the dark. And we're trying to bring the light back onto Earth, so the dark is needed to bring the light out. To remind people that, whoa, this isn't what it's meant to be on Earth. To remind that part of ourselves that we place to sleep. Because it's easy to say they put us to sleep, but no one can make you sleep unless you're tired. Ooh. Ew. I wasn't going to say that. No one can put you asleep unless you're tired. Wear people down. Wink, wink, wink. Wear people down. Wear them right down. And sleep out. Bingo. Interesting. Naughty, naughty Claire. But look at this, look at those colours, frequencies that are coming up. Shifting frequencies, intensity. Everything feels intense. Even making a cup of tea can feel like blah, blah, blah. And it's not just physical people going through this. There's objects in your house going through this. What? Yes, there is. Everything's got energy. So everything that we dumbed down, and everything that had been dumbed down, because don't forget in previous civilizations we'd gone a bit ballistic with magic. So we had to, it got taken from us basically, and now it's starting to come back. So everything's charging up and everything can be really intense. Choices, life choices, career choices coming up, and having to align to something, having to walk the talk, because the golden age is here. The golden age. Progression, foresight and peace. I'll take two more cards. Gateway. Mystery, voyage, travel. I'm just holding the cards there so you can just take them in for yourself. The colours, the messages, how it relates to your own personal life. Somebody needs to let go of fear. Somebody's holding a lot of fear. And it's in the stomach area and I can feel it. It's almost like there's a lot of stuff going on there. So work on releasing that. A lot of it's unfounded as well. Maybe even picked up from a father. There's something about fathers coming up a lot recently. Gateway, mystery, voyage, travel. Illumination. inspiration, positivity and joy. What were we talking about at the beginning of this video? Joy. Also as well, elementals, all your elemental fairies, your little gnomes, piskies, all of it, they are becoming very active. You know what I said the other day, there was one behind my picture that had literally put his head out. He then moved the picture because I must have just stopped looking. I'd left the room. When I came back in, the picture had gone from that to that. It wasn't sinister, they just like to play. And again, maybe they're reminding us to play. So illumination, things becoming illuminated. Lots of illumination in relation to life, in relation to world, in relation to where you are, where you've been and where you're going as well. I'll take one more actually. Forgiveness, redemption, renew and receive. So forgiveness, doing forgiveness work in the way that works for you, in the time space that works for you. But during this Lionsgate portal, the energy of forgiveness is there for people to work with in their own way. But also as well, forgiveness for ourselves, for things we've done, said, been in the past. It's time to let that go, the old stories. Renew. Cellular upgrades. There's also an energy coming in with this of new bodies. How do I explain it? Cellular upgrade, new bodies, where you look at yourself now and you think, whoa, that doesn't even feel like me. And it's the different versions of you that can step in at different times, if that makes sense. I'm not talking about walk-ins, that's somewhere else. But this is you, your physical body, and your soul, and you. It's not about anything else coming in. Renew, reprieve, letting all those stories go. Intrigued, I want to pick another one. Majestic eminence, sacred, divine feminine, and worth. And this is the Magical Dimensions deck that I've just used. Right, interesting. Let's get the other deck rolling. Oops. So 8-8 portal, 8-8 portal. So this deck is going to be the Lemurian Starchild Oracle by Leanne Carpenter and Michiel Kroon. Crystal Child. Your natural core, pure, innocent, removing falsehood, and seer. So back to basics, back to purity, removing all the old stories, a real pulling back, crystalline energy, DNA upgrades, purity, crown, right to know, go beyond attachments, divine alignment at the bottom. So the crown chakra upgrades, it always gets you crowned as the old 8-8 gateway. Coming down through your crown into each chakra. And remember, the next group healing is the 7th and 8th of August, is a deep chakra, full chakra, purge, realignment and healing and a blessing. And that will be happening during the portal, 7th and 8th. £22 for 2 days distance channel healing. There is a video below that tells you more information. Right, let's get pulling. awakening, know who you are, and DNA activation. What was I saying about the DNA? So more light codes, more awakening, more intense awakening, body changes, energetic changes, knowing who you are. Oh, look at that chakra system there. Ding, 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 ding. Told you. I know when to do these group healings, you see. Emergence. Celebrate sensuality, joy, right to enjoy, and truly living. You know, hearing children laughing is truly living. Hearing a party is truly living. Seeing someone having a good moment is truly living. The doom and gloom of the news is not true living. So we need to bring our focus back to joy. And if we see or feel something heavy in the world, to replace it with joy. To go out, you know, what can I do about the pain in the world, Claire? Build a good life, be a good citizen. Bring joy into your life, look after yourself, nourish yourself, bring joy to yourself. We're always trying to heal somebody else or heal another country or save the world, but what about yourself? Because if everybody did it for themselves, it'd just ripple out, it just pulse out. There'd be no more wars or anything. It's that simple. Blessing beyond the soul path, so it's above and beyond. Honour all life, exchange of joy without karma or sacrifice. So, being able to enjoy people without the karmic debt, there's a lot of that happening as well, where all of a sudden it's like, oh, I didn't realise actually you're quite nice. I always thought you were a twat. That kind of energy. Because the karmic, I hope I don't get told off for that off YouTube anyway. I always thought you were a you-know-what. But you're not actually, because the karmic lesson, the karmic... It's almost like, what? I don't get this. You were always such a... Or were you? It's because they were playing a role. And you were playing a role. You were caught up in that wheel. So it's almost like... I know we can actually enjoy these people rather than, oh God, it's them. Oh my God, I can't face them. It may not be for everyone, or with everyone, it may not be for everyone, but there's a lot that are feeling this at this time, so it's coming into the reading. Expression, self-expression, authentic expression. Words are powerful, and truth. I got that message at lunch today about words being powerful, our words, where you're not just wittering on about anything, where we're not just gossiping or bringing someone down or spreading separation or hatred. Our words are spells, so our words being powerful. You're going to get more moments of being silent, because a lot of people have been chat. We've all been chat. You go into staff rooms and it can be full of it. There's going to be more silence. And you may find you eat your dinner and you may not talk to each other or amongst yourselves. It's not an awkward, there's an atmosphere in this room energy. It's, God, we're just in silence, because we don't need that energy going on. So expression, being your authentic self, because again, New Earth, there'll be no space for fakery. So in order to fully embody New Earth, you've got to be your authentic self. You've got to be able to walk the talk, authenticity, not being afraid to turn up at an event and tell people who you are, which I am going to be facing this weekend. Oh yes, being invited out to Gary's work do, all scientists. I was like, how, this was conversation, how can I do that, because like they're all scientists. And I just rock up, what do you do for a living? And my guide said, actually Claire, that's not the attitude to have, because it's about being authentic. And this authentic message that we've been rattling on about this week goes into all areas of our life, that it's okay to turn up because actually there's something in that they need to hear. Because there'll be questions asked. And I've always went, like if we go and get a new car or something, they always say, what's your job? And I always go, mentor. Because a lot of the time you tell people you're psychic, they want you to read them. What can you feel on me? And it used to when I used to be a dental nurse, and you'd tell them, I'm a dental nurse, and they're like, oh, my teeth, like, straight away. And people want you to read their energy, and I don't like it. But actually, that's what you need to do in future. Reiki master, shamanic practitioner. Do you know what I mean? And see what people do and how they react. Because actually, I also feel as well, as more and more people start to talk about it, there's going to be less of that energy that we've had to deal with, which can be quite intimidating and quite coming into you and wanting to know, can you read me? Oh God, my grandma died, can you feel her? There was a lot of that at one point. It's one of the reasons why I stopped telling people, because the minute people start talking like that, you can start opening up without realising it. So yeah, going out in the world and saying, yeah, I like crystals and yeah, I like mysticism, and being confident, not going, oh yeah, I like Reiki, oh God, what they're going to think of me, is going out and saying, yeah, I'm a shamanic practitioner, but not being in an attitude, a way like that. But do you know what I mean? Bullshit. Being you and being proud, loud and proud. It doesn't need to be in people's faces, but you know, if a bank manager goes to a party, he or she goes, I'm a bank manager. Well, why can't you? So this is about coming out, and there's going to be more and more and more of this as we go through these portals of really needing to step into your authenticity. Because if you can't allow yourself to be authentic, how do you expect other people? Abundance, fullness of source, enough for all and open. So we had abundance in the tarot cards, we're having abundance here. There's abundance, so abundance mindset coming on. We know New Earth will be a place for all. It won't be for the few while the rest slave. It'll be a place for all. And that's where you're going to see more breaking down. So we've got to surrender to this process. We've got to release misaligned energies and retune to your truth as these structures break down. Surrender to it. Stop trying to control it and go into fear with it. Release misaligned energies. Retune to your truth. And when I talk about your truth, I'm not on the toxic breed. My truth, my truth. I don't like that. I'm talking about your truth as a person. Fire of transformation, radical purification, violet flame, surrendering and resurrection. Let's be having you. Fire of transformation, radical purification, violet flame, surrendering and resurrection. And I'll hold that up for you to take what you need from it. And one more card. Share space, telepathy, co-creation, communicating and honouring. And that's a message for me as well. All of these are messages for me, as they are you, because we need to step out of that. Oh, I can't tell people that and I can't be that. We've got to start actually mixing with people. You know, the guides keep saying that a lot. There's a time when you need to hermit. You've had a day with clients, or you've had a day with video, you've had a day at work or whatever. You need to just rest a bit. But actually sometimes you need to go out into a cafe. You need to speak to a friend. You need to go out of your comfort zone. Because if everyone that walked the path of this awakening path stayed indoors, there wouldn't be a message out there. Nobody else would know what was going on. So this is about getting back out into the world, stopping fear in the world. And yeah, you know, I said about intuition. That's your intuition. It's about thinking, yeah, the energies in here are a bit off today, I'm going home. It's not, it's not that. This is about being able to get back out into the world and knowing that you are safe. Coming together, there's a lot of coming together. Also as well, lots of conversations where people say things and you're like, I thought they were religious, or I thought they didn't believe, or I thought they were that, and they've just started talking about pyramids in a way that was like, wow, watch out for it. More and more people. Universe, because we are all one. Metatron, wholeness, commune with all life, micro and macroism. Universe. Final card. Oh, well, now this is having a laugh. You're not going to believe this. Key to your freedom. Yesterday's read, I'm sure it was, like Leo, was about freedom and ended with the freedom card. Can you see what Spirit is saying? Freedom, freedom, freedom. Healed inner child, create inner safety, self-kindness is key to your freedom. So this frequency of freedom, this frequency of healing is stronger than ever. Rainbow child, unstoppable, new earth builder, multi-talented, miraculous, alchemy. I've used alchemy in this reading, new earth quite a few. See what I mean with the cards? I'm intrigued for one more, and I promise it will be multi-dimensional. Multi-dimensions, timelines I've mentioned this week, be you, mentioned that this week. Don't even try to fit in. Mentioned that a lot this week as well. Stop trying to fit in. Stop trying to please people at your mental expense, your spiritual expense, your evolution expense. Stop trying to make other people's lives easier by dumbing yourself down, because your life is precious and one day you will be laid in a position where you're about to die. Or you'll be in a position where you're older and you've got to look back, and this is precious time. With these magical frequencies that are coming on board, it's time to play, it's time to have fun, it's time to have faith, it's time to embrace joy. Next group healing, 7th and 8th of August, the chakra group healing, full chakra cleansing, rebuilding, using the frequencies that we've been talking about today, the 8-8 portal, using the frequency of shamanism and Reiki, 2 days distance channeled healing. There's no links, there's no lives, there's no Zooms, there's nothing intrusive like that. It's not like a one-on-one where you've got to sit looking at me in a Zoom session. You go about your day as normal, you drink plenty of water, take it easy if you can, eat as clean as you can, avoid alcohol, recreational drugs, intimacy because your soul's open, so you don't want to be exchanging energies, and that's it. More information below. There is a video if you want to watch that, and that's it. £22 to take part. It says next, go below to the description box and the pinned comment. It says to take part. For more information, watch this video, you can watch that, or to take part, click on this link and that should take you to the group healing tab, and the group healing tab explains everything. If you go down a little bit further and you go to the main website, you'll end up on the home page. No worries. Home page, services, group healing, and you're in. Also as well, I do keep getting asked, do you do sessions? I do sessions. All sessions are via Zoom, and is booked very easily via the website booking system where payment is made. It's all done in your own space, in your own time. Readings, Reiki, shamanic healing, land clearance, mentoring. Okay, so thanks for watching. Like, comment and subscribe. And if you got to this video and you want to leave a comment but I'm not sure what to put, leave me a lion, a rainbow and a star. I always ask a lot. And that's it. Yes, I think. Go join my booktube. Anyway, I've got booktube when we're talking about books, which is Claire Thackeray Reads, and you can find that in the description box and the pinned comment. Thanks for watching. Love to all. Bye.